Starseeds are basically advanced spiritual beings who decided to incarnate and help mankind, I would say, in the Great Awakening. They have old wisdom from the Akashic Records. They have their light workers, earth angels, healers, spiritualists, and they basically signed a contract to come back to Earth, to the Earth realm, and help the humans, mankind in the Great Awakening, which is happening now. So it helped assist in the Great Awakening to help them, with spiritual education that they need, spiritual guidance, and they're also empathic, so they're always in high vibes, I would say. They're always high vibrational, very different, kind of eccentric people, they wear their crystals, you could tell they're just different in a good way. That's my definition. They're like from the Pleiades, they have Andromedas, they have different types, but they all basically made of stardust, and they decided to incarnate and come back as human form in this realm because they're from other star realms, I would say, and they decided to come into this 3D and assist in the Great Awakening. So I think that's mostly like, yeah. And they're all made of starlight. Did I say that? Can y'all tell it's windy out here? But anyway, hey dolls. So I'm back. Today I want to talk about what is an empath and what is a starseed. So people ask me all the time, like, oh my gosh, what is an empath? What does that mean? So basically, an empath means someone, a being that absorbs other beings' emotions. So you feel like emotional when you get around, like if you ever been in a room where you feel like your gut just doesn't feel right, and you feel a lot of energies, you feel a lot of emotions, you feel confused, angry, sad, all at the same time, happy. Basically, you're an empath. So if you ever wondered, why do I feel emotional? Why do I wake up in the morning and I feel great, but then when I go outside around other people, I feel, like icky. I feel sad. I feel this. I feel that. Confused. Those are not your emotions. You have to learn how to deflect those. Okay, excuse me. So you have to learn how to deflect and basically turn off those emotions. So you can't continue to absorb everything. Sorry. You can't continue to absorb everything and expect that you're not affected. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Well, basically, don't absorb it. Realize it's not you. You have to be in that realization, like this is reality. Like we're living in the matrix. Obviously, this is the vortex, and you're a vibration. So you're a high vibrational being. You have to separate what you feel and go within and realize this is not me. I don't usually feel like this. This is not me. And then you realize and start, coming back to yourself, which is that high vibe, empath. Because empaths are not meant to be sad. Like, why would you be meant to be sad? Like, why? You're meant to ground yourself and be out in nature. That's why you always see me out here. So be out in nature, walk barefoot, breathe in the air, do your meditations, do your scripting, do your journaling, do your rituals, whatever you do. A lot of people have rituals that they do. They don't want to tell you, but they do it. Even the way you speak, your mouth and your word is very powerful. So just remember that. Like, what you say is basically what you're putting in your your vortex. So it's what you absorb. So like attract like. I know you've heard that. It's true. Like attracts like. Now, yeah, we're out here. So now let's get on to what is a. So make sure you ground yourself. I said that right. So what is a starseed? So starseeds are basically higher vibe beings, old souls, spiritual souls, I would say, made from stardust, and they have decided or signed a contract, made an agreement light years ago to come back when it was time for the awakening on Mother Earth. So all these things that's going on now, it was all written, all destined, all planned out in the book of life, and basically we decided to come back and help in the consciousness, I would say that's what it's called, of Mother Gaia. So that's what we're basically doing. Like we come from Andromeda, we come from the Pleiades, we come from even Atlantis. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of stars. But someone wrote, I'll write it in the description. Someone wrote in a book that we all humans, we all have stardust in us. We all are made from stardust. Our teeth, our bones, everything. So we all at one point are connected to the stars. That's why we all, are connected to astrology. Even if you say you're not, people lie. People just try to figure you out, but we all are connected. We all read a horoscope. We all are interested in the beyond. We all Google, that's a plane. We all Google aliens. We all are curious because in some part of this dimension, this 3D, 4D, in the 5D, we all are trying to figure out like what is really going on, because there's 3 of us. I believe it's our conscious, our subconscious, and our higher conscious, which is the higher one is the above being, your higher self. So that's the one looking at us. So we have what we live in right now. We have what we see. We have the better life of us, and we have the higher self. So that's like when you're like all the way accelerated, like you've all the way elevated yourself, and you do not pay attention to these low vibes. You're able to fight your emotions. You're able to quickly snap out of something. You don't fight. You just let everything go. You're like a free spirit. So that's where I'm going, because I cannot be affording to absorb any of this and letting my daughter absorb any of that. And it's so funny that I just realized, like, I named her the creation of a star, right? Her name, Nova. Basically, I'm a starseed. So a starseed baby would be a rainbow baby or an indigo child. Do y'all know what indigo children are? So it's just a lot of stuff going on. But I'm gonna get all into that stuff. But it's so funny that I named her after the creation of a star, which is her mother is a star, like a starseed. But anywho, so an empathic starseed, very powerful, very highly intelligent, full of wisdom, very emotional, sensitive. But I no longer absorb those low vibrations, those low emotions when I go somewhere. I know how to deflect it. I know that it's not me, because all human beings, they were meant to be happy. They were meant to be full of love, not hate. We all got hate put into us, in that theta state that I was talking about, between the age of being born to age 7. I'm sorry. Seems to be a fire going on every time I talk about something important. But yeah, so let's look at that as a sign, one of those synchronicities. Everything is a sign. Everything happens for a reason. So I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all. So if you was wondering what is a starseed, that's a starseed. They are a old soul full of wisdom, and they decided to come together and, I guess, raise the vibration of the earth and make people aware, of what's going on, and raise the consciousness, and awaken more people with the gifts, and basically make people remember who they are. That's what it is. So to make people remember who they are, such as myself, I had to remember, I had to go through an awakening. I had to go through the dark night of the soul. I had to go through the purge. I had to go through everything. Like, it's a lot. You go through a lot, but you called for like this great position, like you called for this job. So I mean, if I was called for it, I have to. That's what I decided to do. I signed that contract. But I'm sending y'all lots of light and love. So if you're ever wondering why you feel like that, why you feel like this, you're an empath. If you absorb other people's emotions, just deflect it. Do not absorb it. Just take it in. You know what it is? Take it in, feel it, and release it. So take it in, look at it, observe it. Oh, okay, is this me? Okay, no, it's not. I don't feel like this. I love myself, right? Self-love, remember. So you will quickly start to just notice, like, even people you hang around with, those people are low vibrational people. They always complaining, always talking about they broke. Remember, you are what you say. So I'm rich. You are what you speak. So just like you are what you eat. So just start talking, speaking life into yourself. You're beautiful, smart, successful, rich, wealthy, abundant, healthy, loved, and you're amazing, So sending you light and love. I'll see y'all in my next video. Enjoy y'all beautiful week.